before getting into this talking point, I am someone that started playing Call of Duty around like 2009, maybe even a little bit before, OG Modern Warfare 3. So when I am making this video, this is coming from someone that played a majority of COD growing up. Then when COD kind of started going the futuristic route with jetpacks like, Advanced Warfare, Black Ops 3, Black Ops 4 did the same thing. That's where I drifted off and I kind of just went to 2K. Then I went to Rainbow Six Siege, a tactical FPS shooter. When I fell out of that, I went into combat gaming, and most recently, Battlefield 6 captured my attention. So I played the beta, and I fell in love. It almost felt like those days of, Modern Warfare 3, where I would wake up and actually be excited and looking forward to play an FPS game. Even Rainbow Six Siege, I loved it, but I never had that feeling, because at the end of the day, I think I love more of an arcade shooter more than a tactical shooter, at heart. I love a tactical shooter, it's fun for sure, but this is coming from someone, this is my first game pretty much in the Battlefield series. I played a very small amount of Battlefield 2042, which kind of went to copy COD in a way and kind of went against its roots. But for one, I think they destroy COD in the fact of transparency. Every time there's a bug, the smallest bugs that probably bother like 5% of the whole entire player base, you got devs and people on that team that are responding, acknowledging issues so fast is just a great thing for me. Like, regardless if you're able to fix it as fast as I would want you to, the fact that you're acknowledging it and actually like listening to us, even small things like cosmetics having too much color, they tone it down, they change it immediately. Any backlash they address and they immediately change it, or even ask for our opinions at times. That's something COD has not done pretty much ever, because they've had no competition for so long. They've like in the I think the first competition they had was like X Defiant, with that being shut down. They really have no competition to really make them, go out and innovate or to impress us or to try to fix things. I ain't gonna lie, I had to put that in there. That's hilarious. I did hear him. I heard him, but it was like at the last second, and this was probably the first like 2 days I was playing. I have a lot of gameplay from when I first started playing. Very overwhelming, and it's funny that they have the name Warzone for their battle royale, but I've never. This is a real Warzone where you got buildings getting destroyed. You got all the immersion. Like, the sound design in this game is like top notch. Like, I've never been so immersed inside of like an FPS arcade shooter ever. It's beautiful. Ping-based matchmaking is also something that's great. I know Black Ops 7 finally claims it's gonna not have SBMM, but I mean, we gotta see, because they haven't even acknowledged. It took them like how long? 7-8 years to finally acknowledge that they've been messing with the matchmaking and all that. And realistically, it's just to make the lower end players feel good about themselves, to keep them in a protected bracket so they can spend money in their shops. That's not consumer friendly at all, especially to us OG players that are really good at FPS games and really good at Call of Duty. We get worse lobbies, worse ping, more likely to face cheaters and everything, because we're going to be facing people in such a high skill bracket. It makes the casual play unplayable. And that's the whole point of ranked and casual. Casual is just, fun, random matchmaking. And then, if you want that experience where it's more leveled, you can literally just have a ranked playlist like they do. But I guess that's a discussion for another day. And from Battlefield 2042, it looked like a downfall of Battlefield. To be fair, it's one really bad game in a series, that had really great games. So I'm not sure about the other ones before Battlefield 2042, but I know a lot of the older ones. I think Battlefield 5 had some controversy. I was watching a video on that. And, I mean, they went back to its roots. They took a little extra time than usual. I'm not sure how long they usually take to release a Battlefield. I believe they took like, 4 or 5 years to come out with Battlefield 6. And they listened. And they had Battlefield Labs like a year before it even came out. I knew this game was going to be good when Battlefield Labs gameplay leaked a year ago, and they didn't copyright anybody. That shows a confident dev team. That shows that they are very confident in their product. And confident devs like that definitely put me, made me very interested. So that's why, I played the beta on PC for a little while. And I copped this game probably 3 or 4 days after it came out. So, I mean, this game's just amazing, like through and through. The numbers speak for themselves as well. Them passing the peak player count from, the COD HQ on Steam. COD HQ has Battlefield 6 and Warzone and the Black Ops 7 beta, like all like combined into one. So you gotta think about it. Black Ops 6 and everything is still made for PS4 and Xbox One. Battlefield 6 is next gen only, so it's PC, PS5, and Series X, and I believe the S as well. But I also like how they made. I'm not sure. I think the old Battlefields locked the weapons to a certain class or operator. I'm gonna call it operator. I'm not sure exactly what you guys call it in Battlefield, but it reminds me of Battlefield. I mean, not Battlefield. Rainbow Six Siege, where a certain operator has a certain responsibility, like your thermite is meant to get through walls that are reinforced, kind of like an engineer is meant to take down the tanks. And I like that, you can heal the tanks. And what I love is you can level up, the engineer class and the support class to get better perks and to get better, equipment for your class. It just rewards you even more and immerses you into your role. And I like that because the fact that it's open weapon, I can, a lot of times when I'm repairing a tank or, trying to take one out, I'm far away. I'm not really in SMG range, so I would probably prefer like an AR or carbine rifle with like while I'm running engineer. But for the most part, my earlier gameplays were support. It was easier to understand. I just revived whenever I could, and you get to put down, you know, like a health revive station / ammo regeneration, packet on the floor. And that's what I would usually do. It was easier to understand for me because I didn't really know how to take down tanks efficiently. But I started using engineer more lately. Fell in love with engineer. I'm not gonna lie, tired of those tanks. Those tanks were ripping me apart in a lot of these earlier gameplays you will see on my channel. But at the end of the day, it's a skill gap thing, and it's knowledge you have to learn. And I got better with getting away from tanks, not being seen by them, and started going engineer, learning how to take them out, and just having a game where it rewards you for learning the game itself and getting better is all I've ever wanted from an arcade shooter. See how I'm still moving my feet while I'm shooting? That's something I learned recently, to just plant your feet more, and you will have more accuracy, less bloom effect, and all that. So let me know your opinions down in the comments down below. I'll catch y'all in the next one.